We are here with a wonderful activity for you in day one, that is build good habits in you. We are asking you to develop a very good habit, that is reading. You should read one article or a book chapter in English every day. You have to do this so that you can improve your reading skill, vocabulary skills, like that. What you have to do is this much only. You have to take a storybook or anything written in English. You have to read one page, and at the same time you can note the new words or phrases or sentences or new spellings you are getting from this particular piece of work. What you have to do is you can find the meanings of the new words that you got. If you are having any doubts, you can ask your personal trainer and include the new words that you got in your research, in your speech also, so that you will be a voracious reader. So all the very best for new research that you do. Thank you. Hello, today we are going to learn few words for you. The first one or the first word for you is genuine. Genuine means it is an adjective, and the meaning of the word genuine is truly what something is said to be, or authentic, that is something that is real or something that is authentic. And while looking into the similar words, we can see they are authentic, real, sincere. These three are the synonymous words. So you can use these words and construct sentences of your own and send it to your trainer. And examples are Simi. I wonder if their apology is genuine. That is, Simi is telling that whether they conveyed their apology genuinely or not. I believe it's genuine. They seem really sincere. That is, this particular person, Nina, is thinking that they were so real or they were so genuine. And it's important to have genuine friends who support through the thick and thin. Thick and thin is like a usage. Thick and thin means that is in all our ups and downs or bad and good times, that is the usage. So this is a new word for you. You can make sentences of your own and send it to your trainer for making corrections or getting it corrected. Thank you. Now, the second word for you is overcome. Overcome is a verb, and the meaning of the word is to defeat or succeed in dealing with a problem or difficulty. That is, in some difficult situations, if we want to overcome that, we'll become successful. So we have to come out of that. That is the meaning of the word overcome. And the synonymous words are conquer, beat, prevail. And sentences are, Karan is telling, I can't believe we overcame all the obstacles in our project. Karan is telling that how we came from the obstacles or from the hardships that we had. That is, we overcame all the hardships. And Priya is saying we worked really hard and our efforts finally paid off. That is her reply. That is, because of the hard work, they came out of the struggles. She overcame her fear of public speaking with a lot of practice and confidence. That is, she came out of the difficult situation. What is the difficult situation she is facing? She fears public speaking. So with a great confidence and practice daily, like what you do now, you are having difficulty in speaking, so you are practicing a lot by doing sentences, constructing sentences, studying grammar, studying vocabulary, etc. Like that, you will overcome what the trouble in speaking English. That is it. Okay, have a nice day. Sentence construction is important. You can construct sentences of your own and send it to your trainer for correction. Thank you. Now, the third word for you is grateful, which is an adjective, and the meaning of the word is feeling thankful or appreciative. That is, if somebody is helping us in some bad situations, we'll obviously be grateful to them, right? So that is, we will be grateful to them. We will be very thankful or very indebted to them, right? That is the meaning of grateful. And similar words are thankful, appreciative, indebted. You can use these words as new vocabulary in your sentences that you construct. So looking into the examples, Kiran says, thank you for helping me with my homework. From that, it is clear Kiran has got a help from one of his friends, and he is very grateful to the person for helping him to doing the homework. So next one is, I am really grateful that you took the time to assist me. Sita is telling that she is very grateful to some other person. Let it be her friend. She is very grateful to that person for helping her for doing the task. So the next one is, I am so grateful for the support of my friends during the tough times. While the person was in a tough time, her friends helped so much, and it was a great support from them, and she is very grateful to them. Next one is, she felt grateful for the opportunity to travel and explore new places. This particular girl is very grateful for giving the opportunity of traveling to different places and exploring the new places. So those who given the opportunity for her, she is very grateful to that particular people. So construct new sentences of your own using these words and make it in your speech also. Thank you. Now the fourth word is convenient. It is an adjective, and the meaning of the word is easy to use or access. That is well suited for one's needs. If something is very user friendly or we can approach that very easily, we will tell that it is very convenient to use that or approach that. So similar words are easy, handy, practical. Use these new words in your sentences that you create. And examples are, Nina, this new app is so convenient for ordering groceries. Nina is saying that a particular app that launched recently is very helpful for ordering the groceries. And Ravi is saying that it is very convenient to have everything delivered right to the door. Ravi is saying, yes, yes, it is right that if something or if we are ordering something and it is getting in our home without any difficulty, it is very convenient, right? And another word or another thing is given here is, a convenient location can save your time when running errands. That is, if we are staying in a convenient position or a convenient place, it will make our, like, we won't wander here and there. No, running errands means going here, going there, and simply roaming around. That is what running errands. That is reduced if you are located in a convenient position or a convenient place. The next one is, a hotel's proximity to the beach made it very convenient for the tourists. Since the beach is very close to the hotel or the hotel where the tourist stays is very near to the beach, so it is very easy for the tourist to go and engage in the beach like that. So that is proximity is very near or in that surrounding itself. So convenient place means very useful or very what user friendly place for people to approach it safely. So use these words and usages in your sentences and make new sentences and send it to your trainer and get it corrected. Okay. Now the fifth word is on cloud nine. It is an idiom, and the meaning of the word is, or the usage is, to be extremely happy or in a state of euphoria. That is extreme happiness. And some similar words are given here. That is synonymous words are given here. You can use it for your sentence construction. And the examples are, how are you feeling after your promotion? Simi is asking to Maya, and Maya is telling, I am on cloud nine. I can't believe it. Maya is expressing her extreme happiness. That is the that on cloud nine means. Next one is, after the proposal they were on cloud nine for days. That is, after getting some proposals, let it be marriage alliance or some academic things or anything. After knowing about the proposal or after getting the proposal approved or something like that, they were on cloud nine. They were extremely happy. And the next one, when he found out he passed the exam, he was on cloud nine. That was so funny, right? When a particular boy found out that he passed the exam, he got good marks and he passed the exam, he was extreme happy. He was extremely happy. He was on cloud nine. Got it? That is the fifth word for the day. Use it in your speech and make sentences of your own and send it to your trainer. Now, the sixth word for you is hang in there, which is a phrase, and the meaning of the phrase is to preserve through a tough situation. That is, in your hardships or in your bad situations, if you are very alert and you are doing hard work and staying there, you will obviously come out of the situation. And hang in there means remain there very patiently, do the work that is committed, that is assigned to you, and be patient, be there, and work hard. You will obviously win. We can look into the examples. That is, Rima says, I'm really stressed about the exams coming up. Ravi is telling, hang in there, Rima, you have got this, just keep studying. Rima is telling, since the exams are approaching, I'm really tense. But Ravi is telling, don't get depressed or don't ignore the studies. You have to study well and you have to work hard and you will get good marks in the exam. Next one, don't worry, the hard times will pass. Just hang in there. Like someone is advising some other person, that is, don't worry about the hard times that you're facing right now. Be patient, think good, be positive. This will pass and you have to hang in there. You have to stay there. Let everything settle down. That is the meaning of hang in there phrase. Okay, so you can use this, all these in your speech, and you can construct new sentences. And as always, I tell, you can send it to your trainer and get it corrected. Okay.